I'm a fan of barbecue, so meat is for sure one of my favorites here in Romania.
Could you tell us the longest word in German?
Rinder-Kennzeichnungs-Fleischetikettierungsüberwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. Customers choose us over others or should choose us over others because we are promising a certain value for a very good, attractive price. During any time of the day, in the morning and also in the afternoon or even in the early evening before closing time, customers will find the same quality on our shelves. I think this find a way mentality, we can do something, we can improve. I think this is also my duty to enforce this. People are the core of our business. Without a certain gut feeling, experience from anyone in the sales organization is worth nothing. I wish to be one of the top 3 discounters in Romania. As we are saying in Germany, always Handel ist Wandel, which means retail is change. So we have to keep the momentum, keep the pace, but always be flexible to adjust to the change. And then I'm convinced we are successful. The organization itself, we are highly professional in what we are doing, highly experienced, and we have highly ambitious goals.
Bine ați venit la un nou episod al podcastului nostru de la om la om. Invitatul meu de astăzi este Alexander Schultze, unul dintre cei 3 directori naționali în echipa PENNY. Alexander aduce o nouă perspectivă, una diferită a leadership-ului, care începe în Germania și se continuă astăzi la noi în țară, în România. Welcome, Alex, it's a pleasure to have you here at our podcast, and I will say welcome to Romania as well. It's been already 2 years since you are here with us at PENNY Romania, right?
Right, yeah. Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for having me at the podcast. I'm glad to be here. I've been here since 2024, March, so over 2 years now.
And how is it? How do you feel?
Really good. Happy to be here. I'm based in Cluj-Napoca. I really enjoy the city, the surroundings. Transylvania is such a nice countryside. And I'm really happy to be here.
What's your favorite thing about Romania so far?
Probably the mixture of people, the culture is very interesting, very traditional in some cases, and for sure the food.
What's your favorite food? I cannot miss this question.
I'm a fan of barbecue, so meat is for sure one of my favorites here in Romania, and I do enjoy it every time I can eat it.
So you know this word in Romanian, meat. It means that you speak Romanian?
No, puțin.
Okay, ein bisschen.
Ein bisschen.
Also, German for me is a little bit complicated, I would say. And the grammar, if we compare the 2 languages, then it's quite a distance between the 2 languages. But I think in terms of culture, it's not like this, right? Because in many areas of Romania, you've met people that speak German.
I do have even some store managers and also people from security in our stores who used to live and work in Germany and who are greeting me in German every time I'm there.
So now it comes another challenge in my mind. Could you tell us the longest word in German? Because I know you have long words and it's very difficult for us to pronounce them.
Sure. I mean, I was looking up for one, which also is kind of related to our business. And I'm just reading it out first, and then I'm shortly explaining what it means, because it's unbelievably long. It's Rinder-Kennzeichnungs-Fleischetikettierungsüberwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz.
Okay, this is a word and not a phrase, a sentence.
This is really a word, and you have to breathe a couple of times in between this word in order to to say it. But it's quite related to our business. It's about cattle identification, so cows, meat labeling, monitoring certain tasks, and a transfer law also is part of this word. So it's quite long.
Yes, quite long. I will underline this quite, but yeah, for us it sounds like a sentence and a phrase actually. In Romanian, we have also long words, but not like this. That's for sure.
We don't use those words in common conversations. It's probably more like a law statement or reference to a law in German.
So more in written than in a conversation.
Correct, yes.
Let's look at the retail industry right now. We understood a little bit the culture, and what was your reason to move to Romania?
To be very honest, it was actually the ambition to move on in my career, to find an opportunity to lead and to develop a big sales organization. And I don't have the pure retail grocery sales background, starting in the store and then moving up the career ladder. I'm coming from a different background, consulting and also B2B sales in a more technical environment. And my ambition, working in my previous role at PENNY International based in Cologne, was to have this cultural experience, but also on the other hand to progress in my personal career.
And regarding your educational background, could you please share a little bit what's the system in Germany? Because I think it's interesting for us. There are quite some differences between Romania and Germany.
High school in Germany is 13 and instead of 12 years. This is one of the differences versus Romania, at least in the part where I'm coming from, out of Germany. After the 13 years, I did something, it's called a dual study program. So you have a bachelor's degree after 3 years, and you will also work in parallel in blocks in a company, and also run for a certain degree, which is called IHK degree. So it's the Chamber of Commerce, giving you also a second degree, showing that you are able to understand basic processes across all departments, together with this bachelor studies I did in parallel. So these were the first 3 years of my career. Afterwards, I worked some years in B2B sales and then decided to go for an international MBA program, which is a Master of Business Administration focusing on management and leadership. And out of this program, I decided to work for quite some years in consulting, more industry related. And at some point, I got to the personal decision, and I was convinced that grocery retail is the industry I want to work in. And I applied in my first role at REWE Group, within REWE Group PENNY International, for a role as a project manager, working together with the PENNY countries. So not only PENNY Romania, but I was in touch with all 5 international PENNY countries before joining PENNY Romania as head of sales.
It was your own decision to come to Romania, so it was a choice between the 5 countries, and we can say the countries.
Besides PENNY Romania, so Romania, it's Hungary, Czech Republic, Austria, and Italy.
So we are the lucky ones to have you here.
I hope you are, but I'm very lucky at least, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the others don't know or misunderstand in relationship with our industry, with the retail?
Probably from customer point of view, customers expect a very seamless experience in our stores. Customers are going to our stores maybe with a list on their hand which groceries to purchase. Hopefully they are also getting attracted by some groceries we have on the shelves which they don't have on their list. But it should be very seamless, very easy, a good environment for our customers. What probably most of us, and we are all customers, we don't see when not working in the industry is the highly complex processes and structure in order to create this seamless and pleasurable experience for our customers. So what I'm pointing out is the complex world behind what everyone is enjoying in our stores, starting with the buying, logistics, supply chain, and for sure what we are doing in the sales department in order to have this enjoyable customer experience for.
Because you are mentioning all these details, I'm thinking of being a discounter. And I think it's quite interesting to explain a little bit what's behind this term discounter. Because in Romania, for instance, we don't have this difference. As a customer, actually, you don't have to know the difference. You just know that you go to a store and you want to find there everything that you need. And the shopping experience you would like to be easy. Mm-hmm. But for us as professionals, what would you say that is the definition for being a discounter?
Customers choose us over others, or should choose us over others, because we are promising a certain value for a very good, attractive price. So price is one of the key reasons customers are going to our stores, because they're looking for a good basic assortment for the everyday sales. Mm-hmm. And in addition to this, we are trying to be close to our customers in their neighborhood. So we are thinking about who are our customers and where do we still have a black spot on the map in order to close this gap.
Talking about the stores and the customers, currently you are coordinating 130 stores. Mm-hmm. How is it? Because I know that it's already complex to manage one store. What about having 130?
Complexity increases for sure, having more and more stores. So what I'm actually aiming for is to have consistency in what we are doing. For sure, there's always stores which are far above the average in terms of performance. Other stores are more on the average. Other stores we still need to develop to improve. But what I'm looking at is that our stores, and especially the stores in my area, try to be consistent in our customer promise. Meaning we want to be fresh, seen as a fresh discounter. So we are focusing on our fresh assortment. We want to have enough availability so that during any time of the day, in the morning and also in the afternoon, or even in the early evening before closing time, customers will find the same quality on our shelves. And how I am doing this, this is also kind of related to your question. I'm, looking for strong teams and trying to promote strong teams, and also trying to exchange this idea of creating strong teams with other stores by best practices and best examples.
You mentioned teams, and I know that the most challenging part is to coordinate teams, but it's also the most enjoyable part. Mm-hmm. How do you manage this topic? For instance, if we have a mistake, somebody did a mistake in the store, what's your approach?
So first of all, I'm trying to understand, is this a systematic mistake? Because maybe a process or something we should have clarified from the beginning is not running. So I'm distancing myself from the mistake itself, but trying to find a solution. Sometimes it's human mistakes, or sometimes there are human mistakes which need to be, decreased by regular trainings, by mentoring on the spot in the stores by our district managers. But also sometimes, and this is where my responsibility is, to see if this is a systematic thing. And if it's systematic, it's not only affecting one store, but multiple stores. and maybe even more stores out of my area in the areas of my colleagues in the eastern and southern part of Romania. So I'm aligning with them and trying to fix the solution. And I think it's not about, blaming someone. There shouldn't be continuous mistakes of the same kind, because you for sure should have a learning curve and improve and continuously work on our results. But if there's something systematic, as I was pointing out, it's my duty to solve this, not the duty of my store managers or colleagues in the stores.
In less words, I would say that you focus on the feedback, very fast feedback, because you don't want to continue with the mistake. Then you focus also on strengths, because each person has good abilities, and this is important to acknowledge this. And what else? We have also on our list dare to try new things. So this is also something that we have to take into consideration, because we want our teams to develop. And when you try new things, then the possibility to have a mistake is there. And if all of us, we know all these rules, then we can manage everything that happens within the teams. Have you seen differences between teams in Romania and in Germany, or maybe in other countries? Because you mentioned that you have also experience in Austria.
I lived in Austria for some time. I didn't work there within the PENNY organization, but for sure, when I compare the cultural background where I'm coming from and the cultural background of Romania, I think there's one thing that really sticks out, which I felt right from the beginning, but which I already knew from previous projects with Romania. It's this find a way mentality. And I think this find a way mentality, we can do something, we can improve. I think this is also my duty to enforce this. And I think this is also, when it comes to leadership and trying out new things, this is also this change we are in and constantly should be in transferring from commanding and giving solutions from ourselves to developing people who are self-organized, who are trusted by their superiors, who are trusted by myself. And this gives more room for them to also make mistakes on one hand, to ask for feedback, but also to develop this entrepreneurial thinking we need. And also, it's quite related to what you asked before, 130 stores. I'm looking for consistency, but I'm also looking for people who are able to manage those stores when I'm not around and when the district manager is not around.
Actually, that's leadership, to see the team without you. What separates, a good operational leader from an exceptional one? What would you say about this?
Looking at our business, I'd say it's, moving products in the stores and having the best results in terms of KPIs makes a very good leader. Knowing the team, knowing the products, knowing the customers. Exceptional ones, I think they know how to motivate, inspire teams and to lead teams and to walk into the same direction. And this is what I'm expecting more and more from our store managers, to inspire teams, to walk the talk, and to be on the floor instead of in the background, to lead with example.
I think it's interesting for the people in the stores and for everybody to know how is Alex as a leader.
As a leader today, this is a product of years of experience with different companies and different backgrounds. But for sure, the biggest change has been from, managing projects and timelines, focusing on people, but now purely focusing on people, because people are the core of our business. So this shift has been tremendous in terms of focus, but for sure my leadership principles are very clear and should be very clear to everyone I'm working with. So I'm focusing on clear priorities and focus. Our world is very dynamic and complex, and it's as a leader I'm very interested in setting clear priorities and focus so that everyone is on the same page and we know what is urgent and what is not urgent. I focus a lot on empowering teams and meaning creating this psychological safety we were talking about earlier, creating environments where people can develop, where people can take their own decisions independently, for sure, always within their room of responsibility, but where they feel safe to take action and to get feedback, but also to receive, I'm open to receive any feedback from anyone in the store. So this should also become natural, empowering people, but also being open to receive feedback and getting the mirror also in my own face.
So this means that whenever you go to the store, you somehow open this discussion with the people, maybe, or how you manage this, because if you wait for that moment when we have the official evaluation, this is done once per year. That's something mandatory. But in my case, for instance, I try to do this every time when we have a team meeting. How is it for you?
I try to establish it more from a natural point of view. Asking someone, asking the store manager, asking the assistant, the deputy, how is it going? What is the biggest challenge right now? Can I help you?
Mm-hmm. So very simple. It's not like, now we set a timetable, a time slot, and we say now is the feedback session, because this comes with pressure for the colleague, and maybe it doesn't help. So it's just like a normal conversation, day-to-day conversation.
Day-to-day conversation, natural habit of asking for their experience, for their feedback, and also I'm always usually closing it, can I do anything for you? Is there anything I can do in order to solve any issue or to improve a certain situation where you as a person in front of me don't know what to do right now?
So how much time do you spend in the store?
I would say on average it's 3 days, 4 days per week. So quite some days. Next to the administrative and leadership work, I'm doing also from the office. But I'm trying to be in contact, because sales is contact sport. I'm usually saying we have to stay in touch with our colleagues.
But it's not easy, I would say, because even if you plan to visit 130 stores, then you need quite some time and weeks, and in 1 year to visit 3 times each store is quite a challenge.
It is. Luckily, I'm having 2 sales managers on my team who are also constantly on the road, and we are also aligning where to go to, or maybe to go together to some stores, also to have this personal exchange, not only through the laptop, but also in person, and this is very valuable. Empathy is so important in day-to-day life, and this is why I'm very happy to be here for the podcast. It's all about human-to-human communication and having this exchange.
Yes, I think nowadays with AI, with so many chances to meet online, being face-to-face is also very important, relevant, and sometimes quite challenging, because we want efficiency. So all the time, if we think at efficiency, we will choose the online sessions.
True, yeah.
Are you a competitive person? Actually, is not with a question mark, because if you work in sales, that's something that you need, mandatory. Did you have a concrete plan to become a leader? Maybe when you applied for the MBA program?
Yes, I think this was not the turning point, but this was probably emphasized during the MBA. MBA was focusing a lot on leadership and leadership principles and developing leaders. And with this, there was for sure the wish to go more into leadership, operational leadership in my case, and to develop skills and to apply the skills I also learned in previous jobs and previous projects.
Can you tell us a little bit about the MBA program? What was the structure and maybe what helped you the most?
At the time when I was doing the MBA, it was a part-time MBA, so I was working in B2B sales Monday to Friday. I was studying Saturday, Sunday for almost 2 years. It's an international program, so it's not only Germans, even though it's based out of Düsseldorf in Germany. But we had international students also coming from Asia, from America. And the focus of this project is, of this program, not project, but it's also a project because it ended at some point, was to develop leadership skills and for sure also to develop more intercultural experience through international classes we had in the US, we had in India, and we had in China. And to develop even more the knowledge about management tasks, management disciplines, but a pure or very strict focus on developing leaders for the future.
So this means that it was a program that you would recommend for somebody who would like to become a leader, or also if he's already a leader, can be a good way to extend his networking.
For sure. My bachelor studies were also business related, so it's not the natural approach to also do an MBA afterwards. I had a lot of people coming from different disciplines, engineering, architectures, also people with a medical background, veterinarians or medical doctors going through this MBA program. So this group of people, this diverse group of people is a big benefit. But I would encourage everyone who has decided to go after their bachelor studies to start working to pursue an MBA. And maybe also the MBA I did at WHU Otto by some School of Management.
You mentioned KPIs. What are the KPIs in the sales area?
The most important for sure is turnover. For sure, if you are balancing turnover, you also need to have your losses in monitored, and then we are looking at productivity, which is an outcome out of the turnover and the hours you are spending on the stores. And we are also, this is the quantitative part of the KPIs. The qualitative part is the so-called shopper experience check we are doing. So we are not only measuring our performance, but we are also measuring how we are seen from customer point of view. And this is done with the help and the support from our revision colleagues. The 3 operational metrics that define success for myself tackle basically customers, stores, and for sure our people. And if we can create customer trust, we will see it in the frequency our customers are going to the store. If we are reliable as a discounter, we are creating an environment with perfect availability and freshness. And if we are internally disciplined about our operations, we can reduce our losses, which is one of the KPIs we were also talking about. And I think this is really my focus and defining how I'm thinking about discount in those 3 dimensions: creating customer trust, creating reliability, and being disciplined and focused on our operations through our people.
You mentioned the revision, and it comes into my mind again the topic errors, mistakes. What is the common mistake in sales? I mean, in a store.
A common mistake in the store, so a repetitive mistake we are doing. I think there's always this balance we need to keep between how much are we ordering in order to satisfy our customers, and how much remains on the shelf and maybe is not able to be sold and we have to throw it away, and which goes into losses. So I think this balance, store managers do it.
Okay, because I'm thinking of artificial intelligence, and I think could be also an opportunity, very good support. Are you planning to use AI?
What we're already doing is we have an automatic order proposal. So this automatic order proposal is supporting the decision making of our store managers. But for sure, this development of having less reactive behavior, but more predictive behavior, for sure comes with AI. And this is something where we are also moving as a discount organization towards to more and more, step by step.
So are you a fan of AI? What's your message towards the team? Are you encouraging this to be used, or what's your opinion?
I think there's no way around AI. We just have to see which use cases are very useful and what might make sense in our sales environment. Anything which helps us to find and to come to better decisions, I truly support AI. But I don't think that AI is the 100% solution for any question and any problem. AI without a certain gut feeling, experience from anyone in the sales organization is worth nothing, because you really need to combine it with feelings in the store, individual situations in the store, surroundings around the store, and so on. So the decision-making should not be purely based on it, but it will for sure, and I'm 100% supporting this, improve how we are coming to decision and how fast.
Where do you see the biggest opportunity for improvement in discount retail?
In my opinion, it's pretty much about simplification. Discount retail is, as I was saying at the beginning, it's very much focused on customer value for a very good price. And in order to have the best customer experience in that discount environment, we need to free up the time of our store employees as much as possible to focus on what is important for our customers. Having enough presence, looking for freshness, doing proper ordering. And if we have more time to focus on really what matters to our customers and decrease the amount of work for anything which is related to administrative work, which can be digitalized or automated, I'm 100% supporting.
You talk with good energy and with passion about your job. So I would like to find out what's the best thing that happens in everyday life at your job. So what part gives you the most satisfaction?
I think there are basically two things I would broadly summarize. On one hand, it's seeing stores being successful, meaning we are meeting our customer requirements and customer demands. We are able to serve our customers in the best possible way with an attractive store, with a clean store, with great freshness, great availability, not too much, as I was saying. Always keep this balance. So this is the store-related part, but this only works with people who are really doing this and who are waking up on a daily basis and are motivated to exactly walk with us into that direction of having the best solution for our customers.
Did you have any surprise related to people when you came here? Like, they didn't want to interact with you so much? Did you have any other surprise maybe?
I cannot think about a situation. I just recognize something, but this is culture related, if I may point it out. There is still a big respect towards the next superior or the superior at all. And I do feel this, and I enjoy having these conversations with the store employees. And I'm also always trying to break this barrier, because when we are breaking this barrier, and it's not about less respect, it's about having a more natural interaction with each other. This is my personal belief in how I'm leading. But we were talking about the store experience. So this is, on one hand, is like having the best possible experience for our customers. On the other hand, for sure, I'm a sales guy. I'm measured by KPIs. But if you are achieving what I was telling you before, if we are achieving this best experience, best freshness, KPIs will come.
And then everybody is happy, and the business moves in the right direction.
Depending on the store, depending on the environment, depending on the competition, it takes time. So a certain degree of patience is good, even though patience is not the strength of a salesperson.
Yes, that's right. Nowadays, it's really important to have patience. But in the same time, you see the technology moving on, and then the feeling is that you need to start running and keep running, actually.
Yeah.
Let's think of the future. If we look at the next 5 years, so let's say that we are in 2031.
Okay.
Yeah. What would you like to say you achieved at PENNY?
Definitely keeping up the pace, keeping up the speed. Opening. Yeah, we will have far more than 600 stores at that time, with more than 40 stores of expansion per year. Maybe even more.
The plan is to have 1,000 until 2035.
Correct.
So, around 600, 700.
So keeping up the pace, keeping up the spirit. I think team spirit is so important. That there will be surprises along the way. Probably when we sit again here in 5 years looking back, we will be surprised about things we didn't expect. Hopefully no more wars, no additional wars in this world. But I wish to be one of the top 3 discounters in Romania. And I think we are on a very good track, and we are already right there. But to maintain this and to keep on moving.
The plan is quite ambitious, and actually this is our approach at PENNY, and that's the plan. Yeah, so it's just the key is to keep moving, keep running, keep walking. Another message that we have it, and maybe one last thing. What would you say about Romania? So if somebody from Germany will come and ask you, tell me, I don't know, 3 things that you like the most in Romania, what would you say?
The people, the mentality of the people. I was saying it's referring earlier to it. It's the can-do mentality. Yeah. The organization itself. We are highly professional in what we are doing, highly experienced, and we have highly ambitious goals. And try the food.
Always the food. Keep in mind this, and then if you are happy in your personal life, then you have also the energy and the right resources to move on with the professional life.
True, 100%. And as we are saying in Germany, always Handel ist Wandel, which means retail is change. So we have to keep the momentum, keep the pace, but always be flexible to adjust to the change. And then I'm convinced we are successful.
Thank you, Alex, for your time and for sharing your personal experiences. They are quite useful for us and also inspirational, I would say, because, when we are from different countries, then we can exchange things, ideas, and I'm quite sure that there are many differences, but that's the key actually, to have diversity in a team and to learn from each other.
Thank you for having me.
Dacă v-a plăcut conversația noastră de astăzi, nu uitați să o distribuiți mai departe către prieteni și colegi, către cei care sunt interesați de business și leadership. Noi ne revedem în curând cu un nou episod de la Om la Om.